Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Gridiron Bangahz YouTube channel. I'm Jacob, and today I am joined here with just Bryson. Uh, Brayden's on a trip, so hopefully he'll be back in, I think, about a week or two. But today it's just going to be us two. How's it going, Bryson?
I can't complain. Team got a dub today, so definitely in a
Yeah,
good
so
mood.
far, so far it's been a good week for the both of us. Maybe it was a good timing that Brayden wasn't here, but yeah,
Yeah, I know the week
yeah,
he loses, he's not here. Convenient, huh?
yeah, very convenient, but no, yeah, we'll jump right into it then. We'll start off with the Jags and the Falcons game played in London. Super early game for everybody. At least in Hawaii, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, so I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know if you watched it, Bryson.
don't blame me. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't that early for me, but I just didn't really feel like waking up to watch it. So,
Yeah, I don't blame you. Not really for that, but so the most I seen was yeah, there's Toy Story Fun Day, which is I'll be honest, kind of cool. I mean, it had its good moments and then a lot of technical difficulties, but it was pretty good. Falcons walked out with the win, 23-7, and it was a game I think the Jags, what everybody was expecting the Jags to do, or at least looked like the last 2 weeks. So uh, good momentum for them. Hopefully they can keep that up. Do you have anything for this game?
no, I mean, Jags played the way they should have, and just kind of tough for the Falcons. That one interception was kind of just a big momentum shift for that pick six, and Darius Williams, former Ram, kind of good to see him playing like I know he can play, and yeah, kind of a good comeback after not starting off the year too great, kind of looking a little rough. Offense kind of been struggling, um, and then I mean the Falcons really didn't give them much of a fight, so it wasn't like we saw really offensive onslaught from the Jags. It was just Falcons didn't play great and Jags played good enough. So
Yeah, definitely agree. But maybe next game we can go into then is so it's your Rams then. So that Rams versus Colts game. What's your
yeah,
takeaways from that?
great game to watch. Definitely gave me a little bit of scare there at the end. Um, Glad I got the prediction against you two guys. So um, I had a feeling this was going to be our game to lose, even with Richardson coming back. We definitely dominated the first half, both sides of the ball. We were big plays on offense and getting key stops on defense. Um, Halftime, they came out. Colts came out and they looked really good. They were made to come back, and uh, I think a part of it was Stafford took kind of a hit that seemed like he came down with some type of hip injury. Still waiting to hear more on that, but he kept having to on the sideline. He was wearing some brace that was like a kind of like a warmer for his hip, and he was hobbling, kind of limping on basically every play. And um, that interception he threw was right after that hit, so I think that kind of affected his throws. And we just couldn't get anything going. Don't know if it was strictly just Stafford struggling. We kind of went away from the run game like we did in the first half. Kyron Williams had 2 touchdowns. Uh, and the Colts, yeah, I was real worried there. Came back and they were just going fast paced. Defense was tired, and Anthony Richardson made some great plays. Got to give him credit. They definitely played played well. Played like they should have won that game. But Puka Nakua got his first touchdown of the year in called game, and so that was definitely good to see. And I'm hoping week 5 we're coming back with my boy Cup, and he should be coming off the IR. Hopefully, cross our fingers. But I think right now we look pretty decent. We'll see if Stafford's going to be in the injury report or not. I mean, it couldn't have been that bad if he just was going to tough it out and play it out. But I don't know. He is the type of quarterback to when he shouldn't be playing, he'll stick it out through an injury. Um, and we all know last year he missed 8 starts on the year, so not good if he comes out injured in the injury report. Hopefully, it wasn't anything serious and maybe just a bruised hip or something, but we'll see. But yeah, definitely a great game. Tough overtime win. Gave me a scare there, but we luckily held them out.
Yeah, I ain't got much. Honestly, yeah, I saw you guys pulling away. I was like, oh, all right. We definitely, me and Brayden definitely took the L on that one, but and then yeah, they started storming back, but Rams held off the comeback. Anthony Richardson flashing in the pan, but didn't matter. Rams got the job done, and hopefully, Stafford's it's not too serious of an injury, like you said, because the Cooper Cup return is definitely going to be a big boost for that Rams offense.
Yeah. So do you want to go? We can just get straight to your Eagles just to get our teams out the way.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I honestly expected us to maybe not blow out, but definitely have a solid lead and just walk out with a easier win than the I don't know in the last 2 games, a lot more comfortable. But yeah, it didn't happen that way. Eagles played a little bit sloppy, bunch of flags, a lot warranted. Some of them were a little ticky tacky, but it was definitely what Eagles fans wanted to see, at least in the passing game. Hurts dialing it back with AJ Brown going for almost 200 yards, and honestly, I gave a lot of props to Washington, for taking it that far into overtime. And I mean, they know the a recipe to basically dink and dunk on our defense. Whether it's thin with injuries and just the talent, or just sticking to their game script of just running the ball, get maybe second and short, second and medium, third and short, third and medium, easier to convert. So honestly, that's probably the game plan. You want to play the Eagles defense. You just really drive down the field mistake free, and then honestly, it's kind of easier to score on them, I should say. But yeah, Eagles held out on this one. Wasn't their best ball, especially on the defensive side and the penalties, but they found a way to win with Jake Elliott field goal in overtime.
Yeah, no, I think you got to give some credit to Commanders and Sam Howell. Um, I thought he played great, and I think he played. I think he's been pretty, you know, living up to expectations. Week 1, week 2, week 3, kind of a tough matchup with the Bills. Defense kind of just pummeled them. He threw 4 picks. But I thought this was definitely like a statement game for him going up against another elite defense like this to prove that, you know, he could actually keep his team in games against these types of defenses. Um, and yeah, he looked great. And yeah, just tough. I think the Eagles got away with one, one that probably shouldn't have been as close as it was. But yeah, definitely got to give credit to Howell. He played great, 0 picks. I mean, he only had the 1 touchdown, but um, still pretty relevant. And he looked good against a top 3, top 5 defense. So yeah, definitely could have gone a lot differently for both our teams. Honestly, it's
Yeah,
pretty coincidence. Both our teams going to overtime this week came down to the wire. So definitely gave us both a scare there. I know we were talking about it as the games are going on. But yeah, thankfully we both came out. No luck for Brayden though.
yeah, sadly, and that's actually where we're gonna go next. Um, so the Pittsburgh Steelers dropped the ball in this one to the Houston Texans, 30-6, as the C.J. Stroud, number one fan. We'll start with you.
I don't know about number one fan, but I definitely have been high on CJ Stroud this year. I thought coming into the draft he was like out of that entire class, all the QBs. I thought he was the most NFL ready QB. Um, I think the only one that was close. Well, I wouldn't really consider Richardson NFL ready. I think in the sense of like in this league where a lot of QBs can have success just running the ball and then getting away with some passing. I think Richardson's kind of in that. Um, I think definitely he's proven that he's going to probably look better than how Justin Fields has looked. But yeah, CJ Stroud played great. Still 0 interceptions. I think he's got now he now holds the record for most attempts without an interception in like their first 4 games or something like that. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, definitely super impressed. I think we all thought the Steelers were going to take this one. Um, I think this is just a combination of like seeing how the Steelers defense is and game planning for them. I mean, T.J. Watt, how dominant he is on that side of the ball. Pretty much they just game planned for him, ran a lot of plays where the running back was in protection, kind of double teaming Watt, and they kind of pretty much took him out of the game and gave up 0 sacks. And that's just a recipe for the Steelers. We've seen they're going to struggle if the defense isn't kind of carrying the load, and we saw it. And on the other side of the ball, Steelers, I just don't think Matt Canada can, got anything in his playbook for anything around 3rd and 10 plus. It's just like the running game struggles, and then they just put Pickett in horrible situations, 3rd and longs, and that's just a recipe for disaster. And the script kind of was against them, having Pickett throw the ball a lot. I think that pick he had wasn't the greatest read. He threw it to Calvin Austin, kind of a speed back into tight coverage, not known for physical, getting up and getting the ball in air and a contested catch. Safety just kind of got over it, or the defense back just got over it, jumped up, caught it at the max height. Calvin Austin didn't really jump for it. So, not the worst ball to throw, not the worst interception he could have possibly thrown, but definitely could have been better. And yeah, Steelers were just, I don't know, they were up and down. And I don't think if the defense is playing elite, I don't think they can win games because the offense just isn't there right now. I think they got a lot to figure out. I don't know, maybe it's without Deontay Johnson, it's going to be hard for them to figure out. I don't know. It just seems the passing game is just not there. And if the running game's not there either, there's not much really they can do because they're definitely the type of offense that feeds off the running game, especially with the way Canada is trying to run things. They're just setting up Pickett for failure, putting them in these 3rd and long tough situations, having to play from behind, and it's just right now it's just not working.
yeah, I 100% agree with you on everything. I mean, yeah, first thing with the Steelers part with Matt Canada. I mean, I wish Brayden was here for us to talk with him about what he's seen. I mean, definitely different from what we see, but I mean, for us, it's just kind of plain simple. It's pretty visible. Matt Canada is the problem. I mean, a lot of the plays like it's behind the line of scrimmage, so everything is short, and I don't know, it's just not working. And I wouldn't say this. It's definitely not an elite defense. This is a new head coach. Implementing his defense on a new, with a new team. So they still got, their kinks to work out. So for them to have this great of a day and the Steelers to just look this bad, it does not bode well for them. Hopefully that Kenny Pickett injury isn't anything too serious, but as of right now, I would say they're really stunting his growth. And if they want to see him develop, improve, I would say you got to get rid of Matt Canada. Whether or not that will happen it's a different question because Steelers is an organization that they're not one to just give up on anybody. I would say they're one to see how the situation unfolds. So yeah, I'd say I guess we'll wait and see whether this gets worse or it gets better. But yeah, maybe we'll have that conversation when Brady comes back.
Yeah, who knows? And maybe with Trubisky, it could be different, and then it'll show whether Pickett's the problem or not. So
Yeah, could be that, but
yeah,
I don't know. Their offense is just it's not
yeah.
looking
Too bad we don't have
not looking
Brayden
good.
here to rag on him right now.
I know.
I know he'd be.
Perfect time.
Yeah, he just he planned this out. It's like he knew they were gonna lose bad today. All right. Well, if you want, we can go into the next one. I think we'll let you kind of take this one because I actually had the Ravens winning this one, Ravens Browns, and you two had the Browns. So
Yeah.
28-3. Let me get your thoughts on that one.
I mean, I had no idea Deshaun Watson was gonna miss that game. I mean, at least when we made those picks, I didn't know that wasn't even an injury. Would that have uh, made me or brain switch? Maybe, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
I don't
No,
know. Would you have switched? Can't speak for Brayden, but
I mean, if I knew he was gonna be out, yes, but
okay.
if it was questionable, which I knew he was, I thought he was gonna play the game. To be honest, so that's why I was like, stick with it. But
Yeah,
regardless, we made the
I didn't
pick.
even hear. Like I just saw and looked and was like, oh, he's not playing.
Yeah, I
So
seen that during that injury report stuff. So I was like, he should play. I mean, it's a division game. I would have thought he would have, but I guess it was that bad. So honestly, yeah, it was just. I mean, Dorian Thompson,
yeah,
or DTO. Is Dorian Thompson? What's his last name? Shoot,
I
I
can't
forgot
remember.
already.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah,
Let me see.
Robinson, Dorian Thompson Robinson. But anyways,
Yeah,
rookie
Robinson.
quarterback
There you go. Thompson Robinson. Yeah.
he got thrown into the mix. It was not a great game for him. I think the Ravens got lucky in this one that they had to face a rookie quarterback. I mean, game would have been different, but I think the way the Ravens played, maybe they still would have won. Honestly, Lamar Jackson just really balling out, running and passing the ball didn't matter. They really controlled the game. So, yeah, I ain't got much. Browns got Myles Garrett and Sean Watson injury to monitor, but
Yeah.
besides that, yeah, Ravens are looking like still early, but I mean, so far it's looking like them with the rest of the division either just playing bad or dealing with injuries.
Yeah, I mean, game pretty much just proved it's a quarterback's league. Got to have QB play to win. And I think it was just tough. I think the Browns were in the game. Both teams were giving up turnovers back and forth, but Ravens were really the only ones that could capitalize on it just because rookie quarterback, yeah, not thrown into division matchup, not a great combination. But yeah, Ravens definitely look good, and Browns I think it could have gone differently if Watson was there.
Move on to this next game then. Let's see. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeat the Saints 26-9. We can start off with you on this one. What's your takeaways?
Yeah, I think it was a tough loss for the Saints. I mean, just couldn't really get anything going at any point. Um, just struggled even with Kamara back. I mean, Kamara looked pretty good, and I think he didn't have a horrible fantasy. I can't remember I don't know what he gave you. I think it was like 15 points or something, right? Um,
He had like about 20, but he had like 13 receptions. So I was just like,
oh, okay,
wow.
yeah. So even better. So yeah, I mean, at least from a fantasy standpoint, Kamara looked good. Um, so I know you definitely. I think you still lost this week, but
Yeah.
definitely some high hopes at least for him having that RB1 back. But um, yeah, I think the Vikings, or I'm sorry, not Vikings, Buccaneers. I think there's a case to be made if Baker kind of keeps this up and DeMar Hamlin doesn't see a single down of football. We could potentially see comeback player of the year Baker Mayfield. I definitely think
Hey,
there's talks, right? I definitely think it's possible. He looks good. He's been playing good. Um, Bucks are just kind of on a roll right now, just been steamrolling on the momentum off Bake. And Mike Evans, Godwin, they're star receivers, and this is probably arguably the best talent Baker has had in a while. Um, and then the defense just kind of seemed to control the pace, and Saints couldn't really get anything going. Um, I think I had the Saints winning this one with Kamara back. I thought it was going to be a little different. Having that having that star running back play back in as an option. And yeah, he went crazy on the receptions, but yeah, just as a team, they really couldn't get anything going. Chris Olave, real quiet game. Um, Michael Thomas, I don't I can't really say anything on Michael Thomas. It's just a weird both fantasy and both like real game performance. I don't know. Saints are just kind of in a weird position right now. Derek Carr at the helm. I thought we were going to see Winston in this one in the revenge game against the Bucks, but Derek Carr came out of the injury report fine and played. So I don't know. I think it kind of maybe could have been a little different if Winston had played because for some reason Winston, I don't know. I just had this feeling that he was just going to have a great game today, and then if he did play next week or whatever, if Carr was still out, then he'd be horrible for the rest of the year. But this one game he would do good. I don't know, but we didn't get to see it. But yeah, just Buccaneers looking good. So it looks like Baker Mayfield is gonna. I think that comeback player of the year is up for grabs.
Honestly, I love that notion. Baker Mayfield for comeback player of the year.
I mean,
I mean,
he's been balling out. You got to give him credit. A lot of
he
hate
really has.
coming into the year. A lot of people thought Trash could have started. They thought Trash was going to take over at some point. Baker was just going to fumble the bag and be old Baker Mayfield, but it's proven the doubters wrong.
I mean, I've always been a Baker Mayfield stan. Even with Cleveland, I felt like when they drafted him, I was like, no, that's the right guy. I mean,
I
obviously, yeah,
liked
there's
him when he
Lamar
came to
and
the Rams and first game against the Raiders. He leads a fourth quarter comeback, 2-minute drill comeback, game winning touchdown. So I like him.
yeah, true. I love Baker Mayfield coming out of the draft, but unfortunately, Browns did him dirty. He took them to the playoffs, and they got their first playoff win in how long against the Steelers? I mean, come on, your first playoff win, and it's against the Steelers, division rival, who've been tormenting you guys for years upon years. So I mean, and then they gave up on him the next year, right? He had one more year, but played through a torn labrum. So after that, they just gave up on him. I felt like they did him dirty. So I kind of like seeing him with a new team, new environment, just able to get a new job, right? I know he was with the Rams, but obviously Stafford was there. So
Yeah.
just seeing him be able to get a starting job and I guess running away with it, right? He's been looking good. Him and the Bucks, like it's a good match for him. Pairing him up with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. I hope I'm not jinxing him. I don't want to jinx him, but I like that comeback player of the year.
Yeah, we'll
He
see.
should
I don't know.
definitely be in the mix.
It's weird because, like, just in terms of like the storyline, I feel like DeMar Hamlin is like gotta be it, but he hasn't played, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. I would be surprised if like last game of the year they just throw Hamlin on like one snap, and then he gets it just for existing on one play.
I think he was active today. I don't know how much he actually played, but
I don't know. I haven't like been following it just because I thought there was like he wasn't going to be playing. Just it was kind of like the feel good story having him on the team, but like he can't really play. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll have to watch it. But yeah, definitely keep an eye on Baker.
I'm planting that flag with you. Comeback player of the year, Baker. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
There's a chance. All right, we'll go to the next one. I'll let you get this one. Kind of I think we all expected this one. Vikings Panthers. Pretty close game, 21-13. Could have gone either way, but I'll let you give your thoughts on this one first.
Yeah, battle of the 4 teams. Someone is gonna have to get a win. Definitely was not going to be a tie. So, yeah, Vikings was, I think, all of our picks, right?
Yeah.
They were also my survivor pool pick. I was like, there's no ways you're losing to the Panthers, especially Bryce Young, who's really been struggling. But I think the only reason why this game was closer than it was because that pick 6 from Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
I think if that wasn't the case, this might be more of a blowout. Honestly, I think the Vikings just would have kept stacking more points. And yeah, I think this game would have been over a long time ago. But great performance from Justin Jefferson as always.
Yeah.
Even though there was that thing online about Jefferson or somebody from his camp tweeted out or put it on some story that he hated Kirk Cousins pretty much after he threw that pick six.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything on that.
I don't know. It's
I don't know. It's
supposedly
it's,
from.
it's can't believe everything I know unless it comes out of his mouth.
I don't know. It was on his story or something. Like, but I'm like, I don't know how he would um, put that out there during the game. So,
Yeah.
but he bounced back from that, pick six. They got the game. So I don't. That's about it. Just Jefferson just took over the game as usual, and Panthers still searching for that win. Don't know when it'll come, but they're searching.
Yeah, I don't know. Bryce Young is kind of, I don't know. I just feel like it's just not, I don't know. It's tough seeing him play because yeah, he has that kind of pass scrambler run type build, but he's definitely like super small. Like there's Anthony Richardson, big, giant, athletic freak, and then there's Bryce
Hey,
Young, who's kind of scrawny, short. I don't know. He's kind of weird right now. He reminds me of like Kyler Murray, but like worse. So
I think he's even shorter than Kyler Murray.
yeah, and I mean,
Probably is.
Kyler has had some success. Definitely sounds like he could be on the move out of Arizona, but um, I don't know. Bryce Young, I've always thought CJ Stroud was definitely, and he's proven it, that was the best quarterback in the draft. So, um, yeah, it's hard watching Bryce Young play.
I agree. Like kind of the draft, I thought CJ Stroud was definitely the most pro ready. Yes, he wasn't the most mobile. He was mobile enough, but I mean, as a passer, pocket passer, precision, accuracy, he had that compared to the rest of them. Bryce Young was the main question, right? Was his size. Yeah, he was a playmaker, but then his size was a real concern. Whether that's outrunning guys or even just, I guess, moving around in the pocket, right? That was always the question, and it's showing up early right now with Panthers not having a lot of talent around him, but even outside of that, he's not able to make plays out of structure just because
Yeah, I mean,
I
how I
think
feel
his.
about Adam Thielen, and that's his receiver one. So
We'll dig into that another
we'll
day.
have to
Yeah.
get to my Adam Thielen hot take at some point. But anyway, oh man.
What
All right,
game we got next?
what we got next?
Uh, we'll jump into this one. I think it's the big game that everybody was looking forward to. The Dolphins at the Bills, but Dolphins came in hot, but ended up getting steamrolled by the Bills this time, 48-20.
Yeah, like you said, Dolphins red hot, and the Bills. I mean, Buffalo's cold up there, so definitely cooled them off. And um, the Bills offense looked like Dolphins offense last week. I mean, not 70 points offense, but um, yeah, I think we all predicted that. Or I don't know. I don't remember. Did you have the Dolphins?
I had the Dolphins,
Yeah,
yeah.
you did have the Dolphins. Okay. Well, at least me and Brayden, and kind of coming into this, we were like just thinking Bills are the more complete team. Definitely much better defense because the Dolphins' defense isn't really there, and just shows that if against these elite teams, if the Dolphins aren't, it's a shootout. I think their defense isn't going to be able to hold teams to keep them relevant, and it showed in this game. Stephon Diggs, crazy game. Um, I definitely think Bills got lucky on that 55 yarder he had. Just kind of a weird one. I think there was a pass interference. Dolphins coverage was they kind of half tackled him, kind of gave up on the play, and he just took it all the way to the house. And it's kind of a weird play for them. Definitely feel like they got away with a lucky one there, but that's football. And Tua had the interception. I don't think there's any worry. I mean, one interception against a elite defense and a script where they're playing from behind. They got to throw the ball. It's going to happen. You're going to throw a pick when you're basically just the defense can guess you're going to pass because you're down 20. So, but yeah, Josh Allen look amazing. That defense looked great. They got the Tua a bunch of times, just made it difficult. And I mean, Tyreek Hill had a good game. I still think he's elite. Um, just a rough one. I think the Bills just proving that, yeah, the Dolphins' offense is great, but we're just as good and our defense is better. So,
Yeah. Bills still run the AFC East as of right now, but we'll see again. This matchup probably down the line. I don't know when they play again. I'm assuming it's probably like November, December. So we'll see how both teams look by then. And this one's gonna be in Miami. So yeah, we'll see how the AFC East race is going. But I ain't got much from this game. You pretty much explained it all with really just the Bills. I guess just showing them that yeah, you guys dropped 70 last week. Well, shoot, we'll drop about 50, or maybe they were outside of 50. But yeah, they just steamrolled them back.
yeah, it was a good game. I think I didn't catch all of it, but just watching, seeing how Bills are running away with it, I was like, oof, kind of saw this one coming. But I still think the Dolphins are still a playoff contending team. I think it was just a
For sure.
just a tough matchup. But we'll get to the next one here. I think we all unanimously were wrong. Jeez, I can't speak. Um, Bengals Titans. I think we all had the Bengals on this one. 3-27 Titans. What you got on this one?
Uh, yeah. We all thought the Bengals were kind of back last week after last week's game.
Yeah, I know. I'm
And
upset.
yeah, I
Of
know the
course,
one
against
week,
my
right?
team. Yeah, the one week they decided to figure things out is against my team, and then they play like this.
Yeah, but take another L. Definitely didn't see this one coming. I mean, if they were gonna lose, I thought it'd at least be closer. But Tyson just man, they didn't really put up a fight against Titans. They just ran all over them. And I really don't got much. I don't know if it's uh more so Burrow's injury or just the way that they're scripting these games, but it's not looking good. And I guess now would be kind of a time to panic. I know the Bengals are normally second half of the year team that'll bounce back, and they still can. But right now, with T. Higgins looking like he some sort of injury to the ribs, and then Joe Burrow that calf injury, we'll find out. If this is gonna be sort of a lost year, which I hope not. But yeah, we'll find out. Hope it's nothing serious.
Yeah, we'll see. I definitely think the Bengals have because of their early success with Burrow, they definitely have a lot higher expectations. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of like bad timing that he gets this huge contract and then has just seemingly been absolutely horrible. I mean, other than against my team, of course, but even then, he didn't play that great. It was kind of more their defense just, you know, sacked Stafford like 7 times. And then, of course, now they just get pummeled on by Derrick Henry and Tannehill. So, I mean, it was more Henry than anything. But, yeah, tough one for the Bengals. Like you said, it might be time to panic. I don't know. We'll have to see. But, yeah, like Brayden always says, they're kind of a back half of the year team and somehow find ways to make those deep runs and kind of skate into the wild card and then get themselves into tough matchups, good matchups against like the Chiefs and we'll see. I don't know. It's a little early to be like, oh, it's over, but it's definitely concerning. So, um,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I'm hoping they can figure it out because Jamar Chase needs more points. I'm living and dying with him right now, and I'm dying, losing a lot.
what did you take him at? Did
So,
you take him third,
uh,
or were you get him
four or
two or
five,
three, or 4 or 5? Okay.
four or five, because I know Tyreek got taken ahead of him. So
Yeah, because Chris took him at 2, I think.
yeah, so
Yeah.
not loving it. So yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully,
that sucks.
hopefully the Bengals pick it up.
Yeah, that's tough. All right, which
Next
one we
game will
got next?
go.
I
How about Oh, we thinking of the same
I
game?
think we might be thinking the same one.
All right, take it away. Take it away.
We talking Broncos Bears here?
Yeah, we
Yes,
are.
sir. Yes, sir. Well, I think Brayden did take the Bears because he just wanted to be the odd man out. I don't think he really believed the Bears were going to win. Um, I think he just wanted to be like, let me just throw a shot in the dark here, and if I win, if they win, he'll look good because he predicted it. But um, yeah, I was a little concerned going in the first half. Bears were running away with it. Just Fields playing amazing. He started off like 16 for 16 or something, I think. Um, just playing great. And then halftime came around and they gave up 24 unanswered. Defense kind of clutched it up at the end with the strip sack to a touchdown, and then obviously the interception closed it out. Um, I definitely think you got to give some credit to Fields. Obviously, everybody's just been doubting, hating. I think he heard it all and was like, all right, let me step it up. And he played a good game, at least until the end. I think the pressure got to him. But yeah, I was definitely like, oh my goodness, these Broncos are about to just like, or the season's over. The Broncos are absolutely horrible. But I think there's one thing to point out. Um, Russell Wilson, if you look at his week up to week 3 stats and compare them to Patrick Mahomes up to week 3 stats, they're like identical. It was like 700 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. I think Mahomes had the better QB rating, um, just because obviously the victories and playing better scripts. But I think a lot of people were you know questioning the Broncos, and maybe some of the blame was on Russell Wilson. But I feel like if you look at it as a whole, Wilson is not the problem. I think the defense has been a big problem. Just the game they took a tough loss, Commanders in overtime, and um, I think the defense has kind of been lacking. And Russell has actually been playing great. And like I said, like the numbers to Mahomes are almost exactly the same. And we don't talk bad about Mahomes, but because it's the Broncos, obviously when your team's losing, you're gonna look bad even if you play great. But yeah, I was definitely upset. I have Fields on fantasy. I started him week 1 and haven't started him since. And of course, he goes for even with the pick, he still went for like 27 points. And so yeah, that pissed me off a lot just to see them dominating the first half and then all passing touchdowns too, not even rushing. But yeah, luckily the Broncos figured it out, came back, defense clutched it up. So gotta give props to that one. Definitely looking at it like at halftime, I was like, oh gosh, this game's over. Bears are gonna get their first win. Broncos are crap, and now we got to be back on the Fields train. But yeah, that interception at the end, I mean, definitely a bad read. Pressure got to him. Kind of that clutch moment. Couldn't clutch it up, and Broncos skated away with one. Definitely could have gone a lot. Could have gone a much different way. I think they got lucky that it's Justin Fields at the at quarterback. That's probably what gave them the win there at the end. So maybe a different quarterback would have been a different story. But yeah, that was a wild
Yeah.
one.
Well, like you said, props to the Broncos and Russell Wilson, who's, like you said, maybe not in the win columns. It's not showing, but on the stat sheet, he's actually been playing real
Yeah,
solid.
I definitely don't think he's
Um,
the problem.
yeah, and that defense really giving up. I mean, I'm assuming they're last now after last week's performance, right?
Oh yeah. I mean,
And
if they're
just
giving up 28 points to the Bears,
yeah, so
that's bad.
that defense just not doing their job. But props to Russell Wilson, honestly, and Broncos for making a comeback and getting that first W in the win column. So props to them for that. But to get into the Bears, oof. Yeah, Justin Fields got his first 300-yard passing performance. Congrats, but he's still one
Still,
behind
still
C.J.
pretty
Stroud now.
lost. Yeah.
C.J. Stroud's got two. So yeah, I mean, this is the thing though. Like the Bears, they gave hope to all their fans in this one. Up
Yeah,
for
I
like
know. They were
20-4.
what a just a disappointment to Bears fans after a really bad first 3 weeks, and then Justin Fields just decides to play his best football, at least up until the end. But yeah, what a rough to be a Bears fan right now. That's for sure.
Yeah, and the thing is with Fields, whenever he has these great games, they normally lose. I mean, even go back to last year, that one stretch, right? That long stretch of games he was rushing for. I mean, a lot of it was rushing, right? Not a lot of
Yeah,
passing,
yeah,
but he's just breaking off like 30, 40 plus fantasy performances, and they were losing all those. So, I guess this is typical Justin Fields performance.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Bears
that
definitely don't.
upset me so much, especially since I used like a third, fourth round pick on him. Because I mean, obviously you're thinking the rushing touchdowns are going to be there, like the rushing, because that's how he
Definitely.
was at the end of the year, just all those rushing, putting up 38, 40, 35, and it's like, okay, maybe the kid, at least fantasy is viable, and then you just disgusting. I hate it.
Yeah, but we'll definitely revisit this conversation probably when it's the three of us. But yeah, I'm definitely in the camp of the Bears. They don't have a solution to help Justin Fields, and he's also not the answer. So I mean, that's plain and simple. They got to clean house. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Another GM is kind of new. I think they just got him maybe last year, the year before. So he might probably might be spared. But everything else, head coach, coaching staff, new quarterback, yeah, they got to restart this.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think if this year turns out to be how it's, continues to be how it's been, they're at least looking close to like in the early first round for a pick. So maybe not the first. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at like what their picks are going to be. Um, but unless they, could make a move to trade, but if they're really thinking they want to get that for sure quarterback, that's going to be the replacement for Fields. But this is definitely a pretty heavy QB class coming up. So even if Caleb Williams doesn't declare, I still think there's some QBs that some teams are definitely looking at, and the Bears could be one of them.
Yeah, all around they got to reset. I mean,
Yeah,
and that's nothing against Justin Fields or
I
anything.
mean it is
Like,
against Justin Fields.
I mean, okay, it is, but I mean, it wasn't his fault. They got put in a situation, but he's
I mean,
also not helping
like
it.
it's partial him and partial like the coaching and just.
Yeah,
I think I saw a joke where it was like Justin Fields. It was like Patrick Mahomes in a Bears jersey, but it was like Justin Fields when Claypool's not on the field. It's like, oh, geez. I know a lot of people hate Chase Claypool, so that's pretty funny.
yeah. Steelers, they fleeced them on that one. Second round pick. They
Yeah.
drafted him with a 4, I think, 4 or 5. So good capital on that.
All right. Well, we'll
Let's
move
see.
on to let's see. Oh, this is a pretty close one. Raiders Chargers. Chargers get. I don't know if you watched it. I caught a pretty good chunk of the game, especially at the end there too. Chargers 24-17. Chargers get the dub at home. What you got?
This was a very physical game on both sides, honestly. Khalil Mack tied the record, I think, for most sacks in a game with 6.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Yeah, but I think maybe as we expected, a
I think we all had the Chargers.
division game. We all had the Chargers, and I mean, even with Jimmy G out, I don't know if we thought this was going to be a blowout or not, but one score game as usual, and Chargers getting saved by their defense this week and last week,
Surprisingly.
uncharacteristically, I should say. But yeah, they walk away with the win and the division win on the road, right? Oh no, I'm sorry, they were at home, but
Yeah, they were
you
home.
get what I mean.
But I mean, a lot of Oakland Raiders fans still in that California. So yeah, I think this script really benefited me this week for fantasy. Josh Jacobs finally got touchdown on the air, and O'Connell, rookie quarterback, didn't play horrible. It was actually a surprisingly good game from him coming in for Garoppolo. We'll see. I mean, I don't think just because of this one game that we're not going to see any more Garoppolo, but yeah, a lot of checkdowns to Jacobs, so the receiving was there, and then he had that rushing touchdown, so benefited me, and best game from Jacobs, especially coming off of that big rushing, being the rushing leader last year. Um, yeah, kind of a close one. O'Connell threw that pick at the end. They definitely could have gone the other way there, in the red zone. Game winner pretty much at that point, and Asante Samuel clutched up. Nice interception and tough one. Chargers look good. I think Herbert looked really good. And then finally, yeah, like you said, uncharacteristically, defense stepped up. Khalil Mack with the crazy sacks stat line, and yeah, just a wild one.
Yep, we'll see on the Aiden O'Connell. I know he had a really great preseason performances, but I think it's also good just to see what they got on him, right? At least get him battle tested. Vision game, I think is a good opportunity for him. Interception, yeah, wasn't ideal for him, but you gotta take your lumps, right?
Yeah, it's still a good game. I think he played
Yeah,
well still. Um, didn't see a lot of deep passes. Kind of Devontae's going to get his share, but wasn't as involved as he could have been. So yeah, kind of
yeah,
a
I agree.
good game though.
This next one, yeah, Dallas Cowboys bounced back after getting upset by the Cardinals,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, beat down 38-3 on the New England Patriots.
hmm Yeah, I think
What you got on this one?
this was a statement game for the Cowboys coming off that loss, saying that hey, we took a bottom tanking team, supposedly tanking team for granted, and kind of got lazy and let them get away with it. We're not going to do it again. By all means, the Patriots are a tanking team, but yeah, just I have the Cowboys defense in fantasy too, so definitely great for me. 20, I think it was either 25 or 26. They had the fumble recovery for a touchdown. They even had a special teams fake field goal touchdown, and then the pick six. So yeah, just great all around on the defensive side of the ball. And we've seen the Cowboys that when the defense is running things, Dak Prescott doesn't need to play great. Just play clean, and they'll win games. On the other side, Mac Jones. I mean, I know a lot of people like I just seen just on social media, a lot of people are kind of ragging on him and they're like, oh Bailey Zapp, get Bailey Zapp in there, Mac's done, blah blah blah. I mean, I don't think that Zappy came in as like, oh he's going to be the starter now. I think just the game was over. They're trying to get Mac out. Don't waste reps. On a losing game with no hope. But I mean, can you really be that hard on him against the Cowboys' caliber defense? Yeah, I mean, definitely. I don't think any of us were surprised about this when we all had the Cowboys, and we know what the Cowboys can do. We know what their defense can do. Um, Seems like they might be the best defense in terms of like putting up actual points on the defensive side of the ball. I got to look and see, but they've definitely got a couple touchdowns already on the year, just off of interceptions and fumbles. So Yeah, kind of a that revenge, not revenge, but the homecoming for Zeke, and I think he was a little involved, but not really. And yeah, just Cowboys dominance. We'll see. We'll have to see until we get. I'm looking forward to like a Niners Cowboys matchup and just see battle the defenses and see what that game will be like. So, yeah, we've yet to see a real offense. I mean, I'm not going to consider the Cardinals as like an offense giving the Cowboys a run for their money, but just because I don't see that like I mean I consider that game kind of a fluke. Just the Cowboys gave that one away, just being lazy and not really kind of game planning well for them. Um, but yeah, just rough game for the Patriots. 3 points. That's tough. So we'll
Yeah,
see. I mean, I don't think Mac Jones is out. I mean, Bailey Zappi is in the reps we've seen of him. He's been pretty good, but I don't know. I just don't know if I don't know how Belichick is looking at that QB right now. The QB situation. It's kind of weird because
yeah,
Mac's been the guy for a long time, but really there hasn't really been any success. And I don't think there's gonna be success with Zappi. It's just whether or not for the future, which guy is, you know, gonna be the guy. And I don't think either of them are playoff winning quarterbacks. So
yeah. I agree that it was more so just putting him out of the game. The game's out of hand. Don't want to do more damage to Mac already. Just put the backup in and yeah, move on to the next one. Honestly, that's all I think it is. Mac is definitely better than Bailey Zapp. Bailey Zapp.
Zappy, I
But
don't know, Zappy, whichever. I think
but
it's Zappy.
yeah, honest. Yeah, I don't take too much from that one. Even though yeah, like how you said, everybody's just roasting Mac Jones, but I still think yeah, he's their quarterback still. He's their best shot going forward. But yeah, honestly, overwhelming performance by that Dallas defense. They probably are the number one defense. Like they're getting turnovers, touchdowns left and right. I mean, only game they haven't had yet is against the Cardinals last week. But other than that, they've been lights out. So honestly, nothing more than just them. Yeah, rebound game for them. Can't wait to see them against the Niners next week.
That should be a good game.
Yeah, I don't know who I want to win. I mean, probably the
Yeah,
Niners because I just
I
don't want Dallas to win. But
I don't know. I'm conflicted because I hate both teams. I feel like I don't like the Niners more, just because they're divisional and Rams rivals and just the history with the Rams. I think I don't like them more, but I also I don't think anybody likes the Cowboys. I don't think Cowboys fan even like the Cowboys. So, but anyway, well, speaking of the Niners, we'll go to their game. No surprise here. We all had the Niners on this one. Cardinals 16, Niners 35. Um, kind of no surprise on that one. Like I said, I don't think the Cardinals were going to replicate what they did to the Cowboys. I think it was kind of fluke. But um, I'll let you go over that one a little more.
yeah, no surprise here with them blowing them out, if you want to say that. 35-16, but I give props to the Cards again. Every week they are just showing us that they're not tanking. They are competitive, flying to the ball, and they're scoring on teams. Josh Dobbs. I am becoming more of a fan of him, so I'm trying to jump on that Josh Dobbs train with Brayden. I mean, this is the Niners defense, and he played great. Considering the talent that they got. I think it was similar to the Niners played the Rams. It was blow for blow. They at least really competitive until the Niners pulled away. But
Yeah.
I I give props to the Cardinals. They're not going to be a team to just roll over this year. Looking like the team that the worst team is the Bears. So if they were to play each other, the Cardinals are winning that game. I don't know, score 35-10. I don't know. They're
Yeah, I
playing
don't
good,
know.
man.
Yeah, I think, like you said, same with the Rams game. And I think just what I've been kind of hounding on the Niners, you just can't make mistakes on them against them. They're just too like consistent, too all around complete. Um, have you? I don't know if you saw. There's like a video of Michael Parsons on like a podcast or something. He's like, I got a picture of Dobbs on a dartboard and I'm throwing darts at him, and then it pans to Dobbs reacts to it, and he's like on a track field, and like somebody throws darts at him, and he's like dodging them, and
I
I
seen
thought that
that.
was pretty funny. That was funny from him.
I'm officially a Josh Dobbs
That
fan.
was an all time one. That's an all time right there.
Oh, agreed. Just hit, man. They got to trade. Let him be the starter already. Sorry, Kyler. I mean, they're doing better
Well,
than
I
you
definitely
would have
think
ever done.
Kyler's out, regardless of whether it's going to be Dobbs or they take a draft pick. Kyler, I think, is
Yeah,
out for sure.
I don't know. Like they're more competitive with Dobbs than Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's been like when he was a starter, a lot of it was just garbage points that he'd be putting up. You know,
Yeah.
so I give props to them, and then we'll give the Niners their. I give the Niners their praise. I know I
Yeah,
didn't
you
really
got it.
talk
I
about
mean,
them.
I think really only the talking point is Christian McCaffrey. 4
Yeah,
touchdowns. Guy is like proving why he's when he's healthy, he's RB1, um, on field and fantasy. So this is I think he just broke Jerry Rice's record for consecutive touchdowns. He's at 13 now. I don't see him
yeah.
stopping. I think he's just. We'll see against the Cowboys. I definitely think it's more like it's a safe bet to bet on a McCaffrey touchdown because he's just a receiving threat and he looks insane on the run. Actually, like he looks better on the run with the Niners than he's ever did with the Panthers. So and it could be a combination of the offensive line and the other weapons, Ayuk, Samuel, and Kittle. Kind of it's hard to game plan for them, because they just are good in all aspects of the ball. So yeah, that's a tough one. But like you said, the Cardinals, they look, I don't know, man. They for supposedly to be a tanking team, they're playing their hearts out, man. I don't know. We're gonna be looking back at that video of the head coach and the you got that fire in your gut.
Pew, 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 pew.
You got that
They got a fire in
fire.
their gut for sure.
They got a fire in it for sure. Don't necessarily think it's coming from the head coach. Probably, like you said, more Joshua Dobbs. Um, yeah, because the guy's been playing great. I mean, he's balling out even against these tough teams. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think Caleb Williams. I don't know. I don't know what's going through Caleb Williams' camp. Whether they're thinking they want to be with Carr's organization. I mean, right now it's looking like they're not trying to tank. So we'll see if they actually, they may not be trying to tank, but still lose games and, end up worst on the year. But I definitely think the Bears are going to give them a run for their money. And like you said, yeah, I think they'll take that game from the Bears. So
The Bears are gonna end up with the first pick, and whether that's Caleb Williams, we'll find out. But it's gonna be the Bears. I'm sorry, I seen too much already from this Cardinals team that they're just competitive. Like don't matter who it is, they just show it, right? Cowboys, Niners, Giants.
yeah, they're
Other
fighting.
team I'm missing,
They are fighting.
Washington. Yeah, and they're always in it. I mean, outside of this one, but so yeah, we'll find out by the end of the year. Maybe. Well, actually, we'll keep track of this. We'll make this like a weekly thing, or I'll make something for like a draft tracker.
Mm, okay,
Yeah,
I
we'll
like
follow
that.
and monitor that.
Yeah, because it's
And
definitely a
then,
tight race right now. Could go either
yeah,
way.
even the Panthers, right?
Oh yeah, Panthers too. Well, I mean, I
They're
don't
not getting
see them
quarterback.
especially after
Yeah,
trading up to get Bryce Young. They're not going for a quarterback.
for sure.
I definitely think they need some offensive weapons, like a receiver or
Marvin
a running
Harrison.
back or something. Yeah, I could see Marvin Harrison. Yeah, there's a lot of teams that could use some receivers though. I don't know
Oh
if you've
yeah,
been following Marvin Harrison, but like a lot of people are like the hype around him is insane right now. Like I think I read something the other day where someone was like best case scenario, you get like Megatron type player. Worst case, you get like um, Deontay Johnson. So
I think
I don't
his
know.
I think his floor is better than that. I just think right now, I mean, I think with CJ Stroud, obviously, his numbers were phenomenal, right? Like
Yeah,
he's putting up numbers even with the other talented receivers, but they don't have a great quarterback this year. So that's like the first week, right? Like he had like pedestrian numbers, really bad numbers, and I think now he's making it up. But
but yeah, no, I think the talent
regardless,
is there for sure.
yeah, for sure.
Kid's crazy. Yeah.
But I think that's about all the games that we got because recording during the Sunday night game. Right now, Chiefs are winning 23-20.
Yeah,
Under
definitely
7 minutes to go.
Jets in this one, surprisingly.
Yeah, Zach Wilson, not pretty good, but also doesn't hurt that Mahomes ain't playing the best this
Yeah.
game. So we'll find out by the end of it. But I still think I think the Chiefs still come out on top on this one. I'll be shocked if they don't, but yeah, we'll see. Well, you want to move on to our games that we prepared?
Yeah. You want to do yours first or mine? I'm just going to do two
Shoot,
teams.
you can do mine real quick. I think mine will probably be quicker.
Okay.
That's why.
Cool.
So we ain't got an official name for this one, but it's pretty much like I don't know, truth or pits. I don't know. We're workshopping that name right now, but
Truth or Pits.
so for the four names, I'm gonna oh four names. The names that I'm gonna list out. Tell me which of these players scored more than Kyle Pitts this week. And
Okay, which one
for this
scored
week,
more than Kyle Pitts?
yeah.
Okay.
I know. I think we talked about it where you already know. You kind of know ballpark of where Kyle Pitts scored this week in fantasy. So
Yeah.
this week he scored about 4.1 points. So
Oh, really? More than I thought.
yeah. So I guess we'll start off from there. Four names. Who scored more than Kyle Pitts? So starting off with one, Jonnu Smith. Um, sorry, one, Jonnu Smith. Two, Tanner Hudson. Three, Taysom Hill. And four, George Kittle.
Okay. Johnny Smith, that's Falcons. Veteran
Yeah.
tight end. Kyle Pitts, teammate. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact he scored more than Pitts. Um, I didn't catch the entire game. I'm not sure the exact stat line, but I think I saw something at some point where he was, more viable than Pitts. So I'm not sure what exactly he had. He might have had like 13 or 14 points, but yeah, more than Kyle Pitts for sure, which is hilarious. I just the one game they decided to. I think he had the most receptions and yards, right? He had like 6 receptions for like 80 yards or something. I think.
Yeah, he had
And it's like
15.4 points. So you
ironic
got
that
that one.
I think it's ironic that the game the tight end for the Falcons gets some production. It's not Kyle Pitts. That's just comical.
Yeah, so you got that one.
Okay,
Um,
next one you said was it Tanner Hudson?
Tanner Hudson, yeah.
Who's that? Who's he play for again?
I wanna I'll tell you this one. The Bengals. I don't want to give you too
Bengals.
much information.
Ooh, Tanner Hudson, Bengals. I just based off of how bad that game was for the Bengals, I'm gonna say no, less than Pitts.
That is correct. He got
Okay,
3.7 points.
all right, that was damn. That's close. That's just barely higher. Okay, next you said what was the name? Third name? I know the last one
Did
was
I
Kittle.
say?
You said the last one was
Oh, okay.
Kittle.
I said okay. Taysom Hill then was the next one.
Taysom Hill. Okay, Taysom Hill. Saints only put up field goals. I think I remember seeing in the highlights he did have Hill only had at least one reception. But I think I'm gonna go less because I think Kamara was just the reception just dominated the receptions that game. And I know Hill did have, I think he might have one or two, but wait, no, I can't remember. I'm gonna go less than Pitts.
That is correct.
That
He
is
got
correct.
3.2
Okay.
points.
Ooh, okay.
3.2.
I know he had at least one or two, not for great yards. All right, last Kittle. I kind of stopped watching that game after McCaffrey just was going crazy. See, I don't know. I know Purdy put up like 200 something yards, at least 200 yards. I think the one passing touchdown he had was to McCaffrey. I don't know, just with like how these have gone so far, with the one over and the two under, and it's George Kittle. I feel like he had to have, like, minimum from Kittle had to have been like 6 to 8 points. So I got to go Kittle over.
1.9.
Oh my gosh, Kittle 1.9. Dang.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you got me with that one. Definitely threw me off. I felt like it was gonna be like 2 and 2. Dang.
Okay. So
That's just
one
all
more then.
McCaffrey show then. Yeesh.
Yeah. So I have one more. There's only going to be one of them that scored more. Only one of them scored more. So I'll list these names off. Josiah DeGuara, Scott Trample, Austin Hooper, and Darnell Washington. Only one of them scored more.
Only
than
one
Kyle
of them
Pitts.
scored more. Okay, so should I
Only
just guess
one of them.
which one scored more then?
Yeah, you can just guess which one of them scored more.
Okay, you said
That's all I
Darnell
can tell you.
Washington, Austin Hooper. I don't even
Austin
know
Hooper,
who the other two are.
Scott Trample, and Josiah DeGuara.
Who does Trample and
DeGuara?
DeGuara play for?
That I can't tell you. I can't tell you who they played for.
I don't think it's going to be Darnell. I think I know Freiermuth had like 3 or 4 fantasy points, and it was just a quiet game. And I think just the Steelers were just all Steelers played bad, so I don't think it's Darnell. So just process of elimination here. I vaguely remember in some highlights, I know Austin Hooper had a reception. I can't remember for how many yards, whether it was 1 or 2 receptions. And then you said Trammell, and I don't even know what you said the first guy's name was.
DeGuara. Josiah DeGuara. I think that's what his name is. I think that's how you say it. Yeah. Only one of them. Just one of them.
I'm going to go with Austin Hooper on this one, just because I feel
Austin Hooper.
Yeah.
So, Austin Hooper scored 2.1 points. Darnell scored 2.
2.
Josiah DeGuara scored 7.4. He plays for the Packers.
Dang. Packers.
And Scott Trample, I made up. I don't know. You have to.
Okay.
I
Nice. I was like, I don't recognize that name. The first one I recognize it, but I just don't know like how to pronounce it.
I didn't know if you recognize the other one, Josiah DeGuara. I'm like, I gotta make up one, but that one doesn't. That one sounds more.
But I just had no clue who he played for.
Oh yeah, I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, you got me on that one. That was a good one. That was crazy.
That's all I got for this game, though.
All right, that was a good one. So yeah, we'll do that every week then, I guess. Then yeah, just Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Truth or Pitts.
Whether or not if he does good, then I don't know if we can play that game. We'll find out.
I don't know. We can do. I don't know, because this week I had an idea of where he was. I was wrong, off by a little bit, but I at least like had a general idea of how much he scored. So it wasn't like I was in the dark completely. So maybe we'll have to switch it up and see if like I just have to stay away from Pitts to see how much he scored and try to guess from there. But okay, that was pretty good. That was a good one. You definitely had me on the first one. I thought it was going to be 2-2, but you got me on that one. All right, so the next one we're going to do, I know Brayden will probably miss this one. I think he would like this one a little more. I know he plays Madden. I was going to do, so guess the team based off of the Madden ratings of like the QB, like skill players, QB, running back, receiver, tight end, and then like the defense. So we can mix it up maybe in the future weeks, but for these ones, I'll just give you two, and then later on maybe I'll do it where like I won't know the answer, and we'll both try to like figure it out. But for this one, I'll know the answer, and I'll ask you and see if maybe you can figure it out. So
All right.
first team I'm gonna go with, we're gonna do quarterback is a 77 overall. Then we'll do running back is a 97 overall. Then we'll do receiver. Receiver 1, 89 overall. Receiver 2, 87 overall. Tight end, 96 overall. And defense, 88 overall. So 77 quarterback, 97 running back. Receivers are 89 and 87. Tight end is 96. And defense is 88.
Dude, I was at first thinking it was the Niners, but then you said 96 for the tight end.
96 for tight end.
Niners was gonna be my guess, but then again, 89 might be too high for Debo them. No, not that either. 6. Who was? I'm trying to think. Who's 96? Like you gotta be like in the running with Travis Kelsey. At least a little bit behind if you're 96. There's no ways. Like you can't. And so they have a star running back and a star tight end.
I'm not sure where Kelsey is. I'm not sure if he's a 99 or not.
Right off of that.
Kelsey might be like 98 or something. Or I don't know. I'm not sure. He might be 96.
So they have a star running back and a star tight end. I mean, it's got to be the Niners. Don't know what I can think of.
Is that your answer?
I mean, I don't think Kittle should be a 96, but I mean, am I forgetting somebody? No, never mind. No, it can't be the Falcons. Never mind. Can't be the Falcons. No, yeah, it can't be the Falcons. Sorry. Yeah, I'll go with the 9. Yeah, I'll go with the Niners.
Niners?
Yeah.
It is, in fact, the Niners. Christian McCaffrey is a 97. Kittle's a
Yeah,
96.
96. I mean,
Debo and Ayuk are 89 and 87. And Purdy is a 77.
yeah, that makes Kittle one threw me off. It's like, it's not. He's really that high. I mean, I know he's not been putting up the same amount of numbers before, so that's why I was kind of like, damn, okay.
Here, we'll do two more because that one you kind of picked up pretty quickly. That one was a little easier because there aren't too many teams with a 97 running back and a 96 tight end. But next one here, we'll go. All right, QB is a 88. Running back is a 83. Receiver combo is 91 and 88. Tight end is 88. And defense is 83.
Defense is 83.
So 88 QB, 83 running back, 91 and 88 receiver 1 and 2, 88 tight end. And the defense is 83.
Oh, I thought I knew this one. The defense threw me off. 83 defense.
What was your initial thought?
I was gonna say the Eagles. I was gonna say they did my team dirty with that the receivers right there. I was like, wow. That's 83. Defense is the only one throwing me off. Other than that, It's screaming Eagles to me. It's screaming that. Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles. I know the defense doesn't really.
It is, in fact, the Eagles. I wanted to see if you get your own team.
Yeah, I saw the receivers are two. They're really close together. And then the tight end was pretty close. I'm like, they did the receivers dirty. I was like, they should have been higher, man. At least AJ.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a pretty easy one for you. You know your Eagles too well. All right, let's see here. All right, I think I got a good one right here. All right, last one. We'll
All right.
do. All right, here we go. So first up, we got quarterback is an 88. Running back is an 89. Receiver is an 89. Receiver 1, 89. Receiver 2 is an 88. Tight end is an 82. And defense is. Hang on, one more time. Let me look. The defense, make sure I didn't guess wrong or pick the wrong one. Is an 84.
84.
84
You said there.
defense.
What was their QB?
So, QB, okay, in order from QB, running back, receiver. 88
Yeah.
QB, 89 running back, 89 receiver, 88 receiver, 82 tight end, and then 84
Bengals.
defense. I'll give you 3 total guesses.
I was wrong.
Is the Bengals your first guess?
Yeah.
So that is incorrect.
Hmm.
That's a good guess, though. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Jamar Chase is as high as these. I feel like he has to be. There's no way. So I definitely think you were close. I think you were close on the receivers with the Jamar Chase.
Yeah, the 89 Joe Mixon. I was like, I don't really see that, but.
Yeah, 89 on Joe Mixon is definitely debatable.
But the rest of it, I was like, it makes
maybe
sense.
last year's, but not this year. Because he did have a good last year, but 88, 89, 89, 88, 82, and then 84 defense.
Justin Herbert.
Herbert and the
Justin Herbert and the Chargers. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. That's the one. That's a good one. I almost kind of want to see how you do on like a bottom tier team, like bad ratings.
Oh, I got this. Next time, I got this
with
one.
Like bad ratings. Here, let's see if I just I don't know. Oh wait, here I got a good one. I know because I feel like there's like some really really bad teams that might be too easy to guess. Yeah, let me. It's hard finding the defense because like there isn't really a good list. All right, this will be a good one. QB 78 on the QB. Running back 81. Receiver 1 83. Receiver 2 82. And tight end is a 74. And then the defense, I don't know the defense. Let me see here. Yeah, their defense isn't on here. I'm going to guess their defense is like 70s, 75 maybe. This should be a tough one.
What was the running back again?
Running back is an 81. Receivers are 83, 82.
Yeah.
Quarterback is a 78. And their tight end is a 74. This should be a tough one. I'll give you 3 guesses again. I'll tell you their highest overall player on defense is a 95.
Sorry, what was the running back again? I'm sorry, I'm
81.
kind of focused on the running back. 81.
81.
Damn, it's all like Broncos.
Wow,
No,
is
is it
that your
really?
pick? Wow,
Yeah,
if I didn't say anything, you might have second guessed it. But wow, what a snipe on that Broncos. That's a damn. You know you're mad, and that's pretty
I
good.
don't
So
even
they
play
got
Madden. I'm just
Russell Wilson at 78, Gray Dolchich at 74, and then Judy and Sutton 83, 82, and Javante's at 81. That's a damn. That was a clean pick. That was a good one. That was a snipe and a half. I did not expect you to just first try that. That's impressive.
I don't play Madden. I was just kind of gauge. I was like, receivers are close.
I mean,
Running back,
if you know football well enough, you can kind of gauge where certain players are in Madden. I thought that was going to be a tougher one, at least at the bottom teams, because I feel like Bears would have been too easy and Cardinals would have
I,
been too easy.
I was waiting for like a Titans one with running back that's super high. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, that
Derrick
would have
Henry
been
right
too
there.
easy. Yeah,
I was waiting for that,
90
honestly.
overall running back with everybody else in like the 70s and 80s. Oh, Derrick Henry.
Oh, I like this game. We'll keep
Yeah,
this one
well,
in. This
I
one,
definitely think Brayden will like this one too, because I know Brayden plays Madden. So
if he doesn't watch this one, then we use that Broncos one. That was a good one. I was thinking, I'm like, who? I've been thinking
that
for a
was a
bit.
tough one, but you just like got it instant. That was pretty good. I mean, you had to think on it, but you just kept asking about the running back. I'm surprised that you were able to pick up Broncos off of the 81 running back. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
workshop some of these names, but we'll stick with those ones. Whether it's reaction episodes or prediction episodes, we'll either one we'll put them in. Whether we do one on one or that can work.
yeah, I definitely think
But
I like the Kyle Pitts one and the fantasy, like who scored more. I like that. That definitely
yeah,
is
that's
a.
I'm not.
Or eventually we can maybe do like a all the lowest scoring players of like starters, um, and like compare them to different players, and did this team of the lowest scorers score more or less than this one player by themselves? I think that'd be a good one too.
I like that. We'll do that.
Yeah, I like the Pitts one. It's messed up. I mean, we're just dogging on Kyle Pitts, but
I mean, I'm dogging on his situation. I love the player.
I know. I definitely
Just
think this
sucks.
is just a sign he need. It's time to put him in a better situation where he can actually be relevant and make
Agreed.
use of his talents. Yeah, that was a good one. That
But
was
no.
fun. I like that.
Well, yeah, I think we covered about everything. I think the only thing tomorrow is the Monday night game between the Seahawks and the Giants. Well, actually, just one game. No, there's no more Monday night doubleheaders, so thank God. All right. But yeah, that should wrap it up for us. Thank you for listening or watching. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, continue to follow us on Instagram as well at Gridiron Bangahz. Pretty sure you'll know how to spell it if you don't. Up on Bayou Learn. But yeah, that should wrap it up for us. Any last minute takeaways or anything you want to say before we sign off?
Um, Real quick, Chiefs just won 23-20. Definitely a much closer one than we thought, but yeah, kind of expected the Chiefs to win this one. Definitely think it should have been a little bigger of a gap, but yeah, Mahomes 2 interceptions, so just bad, not great play for Mahomes. So that's the only reason they're in it. And I mean Wilson, 0 picks, surprising, didn't play horrible. So, but yeah,
All
no
right.
surprise, Chief won. Thankfully, we didn't all get that one wrong.
Yeah, well, pick up the W on that one.
But yeah, we'll have to keep track of the prediction race. I think right now I'm losing. Jake's winning. Brayden's kind of close, and I'm a couple games back. So hopefully, I might have to start getting frisky and kind of risk some some close call games that maybe could go either way, and hopefully pick the right choice to bring me back and maybe be the odd guy out on a couple of them because I don't think I'm gonna be able to come back if we're all picking unanimous decisions. So, but yeah, that's all I got.
All right, yeah, we'll definitely update the records. I think it's gonna be a lot closer after this weekend's game. So I think we'll be a lot closer within reach of each other. So look out for that. But yeah, that should be about it. And until next time, shoots.